Shalom creators, I am Dr. Phyllis Carter Pohl of Higher Conscious Counseling. I am a certified temperament therapist and licensed clinical pastoral counselor with over 20 years of clinical experience in marriage, relationship, and individual counseling, as well as depression counseling. My counseling is based on the genius of temperament therapy. I use this method to help my clients improve their lives, resolve their marital issues, overcome depression, eliminate anxiety, and achieve success with anger management. Keep watching to learn more about temperament therapy and how it can help you in all areas of your life. So, what is temperament? Everyone has a temperament. Temperament refers to a person's natural disposition, the way in which one consistently responds to other people, the environment, and events. It is a set of inbuilt dispositions we are born with and is mostly unalterable. Your temperament never changes, but it is possible to go from weakness to strength in your temperament or strength to weakness. Temperament is not personality. Personality is the mask we wear through learned behaviors and environment. This mask hides the true temperament. So if a person's temperament needs are not met, he or she will feel stress and experience conflict. In short, personality is acquired. Temperament is how we are wired through the genetic code of our parents and grandparents. There are three areas that make up one's temperament. An individual has varying needs in each of these areas. If these needs are not met in a positive way, it would lead to dysfunctional behavior, conflict, stress, addictions, depression, eating, and sleeping disorders. The three areas of temperament are inclusion, control, and affection. The inclusion area is 3/4 of your overall temperament and determines how many people you're willing to get involved with, as well as how you function in and respond to your environment. It is the area mostly related to the soul or the mind. The control area is the area of the will. It tells you how you make decisions. It also determines your willingness to be independent or dependent and tells you how much you allow others to control you or how much control you expect of others. Affection is the area of deep relationships. This tells you how you express and want love, affection, and approval from the significant people in your life. Now that we understand what temperament is and the three areas that make up temperament, let's move on to the 5 temperaments. The 5 temperament types are melancholy, sanguine, choleric, phlegmatic, and supine. Listen carefully and see if you can identify your most dominant temperament. Volumes have been written about each temperament. However, for this video, I will only be doing a synopsis of the 5 temperaments. First up is the melancholy. Melancholies tend to be introverts in socialization. They are very task-oriented, creative, and a perfectionist. They are genius-prone and plagued with low self-esteem. Melancholies tend to need alone time, quiet time, every day to think, dream, and regenerate. They also give the world its beauty, its great art and music, and literature. They tend to think deep and feel things intensely. The melancholy's motto is, "You have the problem, not me." It's always everybody else's fault, but theirs. Famous melancholies are Moses from the Bible, Michelangelo, Ernest Hemingway, Van Gogh, and Beethoven, to name a few. Next is the sanguine. Sanguines tend to be very extroverted and will use either good or bad behavior to be the center of attention. They're always looking for opportunities to socialize and are very relationship-oriented, although they tend to have many superficial friends. Sanguines are overly talkative and will tell a complete stranger their entire life story. They may easily give in to peer pressure as well. Explosive tempers also come with the territory of this temperament. A sanguine may explode and 5 minutes later cannot remember why they exploded. The motto of a sanguine is, "My shoes are at the door, I'm ready to go." Famous examples of sanguines are Sammy Davis Jr. and Robin Williams. Now we have the choleric. Cholerics are task-oriented. They are motivated by public interaction and the environment. This temperament type tends to be extroverted as well. Cholerics always need to be in control of the situation in order to accomplish their goals. They are very visionary and have the discipline to complete whatever they set out to do. They are people motivators. They are also crusaders for a cause. When operating in their temperament strengths, cholerics can become presidents and CEOs of companies. When operating in their temperament weaknesses, they can become abusive and cruel. The choleric motto is, win at any cost. For more insight on the choleric temperament, please see my video, What is Donald Trump's Temperament?, which I did before he was president. Famous cholerics include the Apostle Paul from the New Testament and Adolf Hitler. And then there is the phlegmatic. Known for their brilliance, when asked, phlegmatics have the answer to most problems, but don't want to run with the ball. They are reluctant leaders, but they make great leaders. They make great counselors because they're the least egotistical of the 5 temperaments. Many phlegmatics tend to be extremely slow-paced and stubborn, going through life doing as little as possible because of their low energy reserve. They're also very even-keeled and can handle themselves well in almost all situations. Although they are well-rounded individuals and can roll with the punches, they do not like to throw punches because they abhor violence. Overall, phlegmatics have an excellent sense of comedic timing and are known for using their wiry sense of humor to defend themselves and keep others at bay. The phlegmatic motto is peace at all costs. Famous examples of a phlegmatic is Dr. Ben Carson, First Lady Melania Trump, and Ronald Reagan. Next up is the supine. Supines are known to have a sweet spirit. They have the unique ability to use both sides of the brain, allowing them to be introverted and extroverted. They have the intelligence to be very social and very task-oriented at the same time. They are servant-minded, people-pleasers, and they must have recognition for service rendered or anger can overtake them. They cannot make decisions independently and always ask for second opinions from those around them. They desire external public environmental interaction, but have difficulty initiating. They expect others to read their mind, which seldom happens, which leads to anger and misunderstanding. Supines are also great implementers of policy and excellent team workers. Known to display passive-aggressive behavior, they would say yes when they mean no, and then feel used and angry about it later. Supines must feel loved, appreciated, and approved when working side by side with a helpmate, or they can become retaliatory. The supine motto is, I don't want to be the leader, I just want recognition for what I bring to the table. These people are often the faithful butlers in the movies. Famous examples of supines are Princess Diana, Mother Teresa, Barack Obama, and most of the reality show housewives. This is not an endorsement, just an analysis. So what is temperament therapy? Here's a bit of background on temperament therapy so you can understand where it originated and how it came to be what it is today. Temperament therapy, also known as creation therapy, is scientifically based on the findings of the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates, also known as the father of modern medicine. About 2,400 years ago, Hippocrates identified the temperaments as melancholy, choleric, sanguine, and phlegmatic. In 1958, with the help of the Albert Einstein School of Medicine, Dr. Will Schultz expanded upon this and developed a questionnaire called the Fibro-B, which is short for Fundamental Interpersonal Relations Orientation Behavior. Dr. Schultz developed this tool to mathematically measure temperament in the inclusion, control, and affection areas. In 1983, Drs. Richard and Phyllis Arno, founders of the National Christian Counselors Association, discovered a fifth temperament, the supine, after working with the Fiber Bee for years and conducting research and in-depth studies. With their findings, the Arnos expanded upon the Fiber Bee test and created a computerized analysis test called the Temperament Analysis Profile, also known as the TAP. The Arnos renamed the TAP in November of 2000 to the Arno Profile System, or APS. So how does temperament therapy work? As certified temperament therapists, knowledgeable in reading a temperament analysis graph that is specific to each individual, provides the TAP or the APS to the client. Back in the day, the TAP was paper-based. However, now it can be taken online. The TAP only takes about 7 to 10 minutes to complete, and the test results are provided in a comprehensive profile document, which both the counselor and client can refer to. The beauty of the TAP, or APS, is that it reveals the hidden problems that normally take most counselors 7 or 8 sessions to identify. The TAP provides the counselor with highly accurate, in-depth information about a person's strengths and weaknesses in the 3 temperament areas. The results of the TAP or APS profile shows how social or task-oriented an individual is, strong-willed or dependent, as well as how much affection and physical intimacy an individual needs. With this tool, temperament therapy is 91% more effective in resulting in a breakthrough for those seeking counseling. Secular counseling is only 9% effective in comparison. So what are the benefits of temperament therapy? One of the main benefits of temperament therapy is that it allows the therapist to go behind the mask that everyone wears immediately to the real problem, saving the client time and shortening the amount of counseling session that other forms of therapy are famous for. Understanding your temperament will help you to know yourself so that you can understand why you do what you do, why you respond to situations the way that you do. It will aid in better career decisions and help to determine compatibility in relationships. To learn more about temperament therapy or to book a counseling session with me, visit me at higherconsciouscounseling.com. Also, be sure to stay up to date with my latest videos and subscribe to the Higher Conscious Counseling YouTube channel. Don't forget to visit my blog and sign up for my newsletter to stay in the loop on monthly giveaways and more. You can also obtain a copy of my groundbreaking self-help book on Amazon entitled Temperament, Your Spiritual DNA. Until next time, I am Dr. Phyllis Carter Pope, reminding you that perfection is the only reality. Understanding your true self is the greatest gift you can possess, and discovering your temperament strengths is where it all begins. Until we meet again, Shalom, creators.